On June 12th through the 14th, you may have heard a loud roar above and looked up, only to see a silver shape go quickly past. That shape was a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress, one of only a dozen or so flying examples in the world, as a matter of fact. She's named Aluminum Overcast, after another B-17 that was shot down over France in 1944. This particular aircraft has had a long and interesting history. She was built just in time for the end of fighting in Europe during World War II, and was sent to New York for storage. She changed hands many times from there, at different times serving such diverse roles as aerial mapping, cattle transport, and chemical spraying. In 1978, she was purchased by Dr. Bill Harrison and restored to her original appearance. In 1979, she was donated to the Experimental Aircraft Association, and in 1983, the EAA began an extensive restoration process, taking 10 years. The interior was completely rebuilt with original components, or exact replicas in the event that the originals could not be found. Today, Aluminum Overcast is nearly 95% identical to when she first rolled off the line. Of course, in order to fly today, there's new technology, radios, navigation equipment in the cockpit. As part of the activities on the 12th through 14th, Aluminum Overcast was grounded at the Waterloo Regional Airport and available for tours. Visitors could examine each of the four 1,200 horsepower turbo-supercharged Wright engines, investigate the thick armored hull, or put themselves in the shoes of the airmen who served in these aircraft by checking out the various positions inside the plane. Weather permitting, the ground tours would stop several times each day, in order from anywhere between 6 and 10 passengers to make a trip around Cedar Falls and take in some of the views from various vantage points around the plane. The weekend was a hit with aviation fans, war history buffs, young and old, and everyone else.
We're just so honored that so many that have served in the past have come out to join us today. We expected many, but we have had even family members from as far away as St. Louis that brought their dad's World War II memorabilia, their diaries, medals. It's just been a great, great experience to have them with us today. Certainly we do get a percentage of the rides, and that all goes back into our chapter, and of course all we're about is to promote aviation, so it will all go back into the community. But we do it as a labor of love because we love to see these warbirds continue to fly, continue to tell their story, and their story is certainly a piece of history. It's a marvelous, marvelous experience. As soon as you are off the ground, wheels up, the seatbelts come off, you are free to roam the whole airplane, the gun turrets, the radio room. I think everybody's in awe of the front gunner turret because the view is absolutely exquisite. And then of course you can hang right behind the pilots and watch them fly the 17. But truly, it was an aircraft of its era. It's second to none as far as what it did for this country in the war effort.
It's a living piece of history, a relic from another time preserved as if time had simply stood still. And when they crank the engines and taxi to the end of the runway, and Aluminum Overcast screams into the sky like some sort of prehistoric bird, just for a moment, you might feel as if time has stopped for you as well. For Channel 15 City News, I'm Nathan Grieve.